Hello, and thank you for joining me here at Take Five with Vinay Five. Hey, that's me. And on this day in 1870, the 15th Amendment was ratified. This gave African American men the right to vote. This aligned with the 14th Amendment. Take a look at this short clip to understand more.
Welcome to 60 Second Civics from the Center for Civic Education. I'm Mark Gage. The 15th Amendment is the last of the Reconstruction Amendments, also known as the Civil War Amendments, which also include the 13th and 14th Amendments. The 15th Amendment, ratified on February 3, 1870, was meant to protect the right of African American men to vote. Women would not have their right to vote recognized until the ratification of the 19th Amendment in 1920. Section 1 of the 15th Amendment says, "The right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude." Section 2 gives Congress the authority to enforce Section 1 through appropriate legislation. Despite the words of the 15th Amendment, many barriers were set into place to deny the right of African American men to vote. In the South, African Americans often faced physical intimidation and threats of economic reprisals for voting. By 1910, fewer than 20% of African American citizens voted across most of the South. In some Southern areas, fewer than 2% voted. Other barriers included grandfather clauses, poll taxes, and literacy tests. Grandfather clauses permitted citizens to vote only if their grandfathers had been allowed to vote, which would have been impossible for African Americans whose grandfathers had been enslaved. Grandfather clauses were struck down as unconstitutional by the Supreme Court in 1915. Poll taxes are taxes that had to be paid prior to voting, which was almost impossible for many poor African Americans in the South. These were outlawed with the ratification of the 24th Amendment in 1965. Literacy tests were required in some places in order to qualify to vote. These were banned only with the Voting Rights Act of 1965 and as a direct result of the pressure put on Congress by the Civil Rights Movement.
Thank you for joining me here at Take Five with Vinay Five. Be blessed.